y'all. I know it's been a minute since y'all have seen your girl, but I just wanted to come on here and do a quick check-in, share some things and let you know where I've been since I've been offline for so long, it seems like. And yeah, life has just been asking your girl to meet herself more honestly. And so in this time that I've been offline, that's exactly what I've been doing. I know that last year when I started sharing parts of my journey as a single mother and the things that I was navigating as far as parenting a child with special needs, because if you've been following the journey, you know that my son was diagnosed with autism last year. And in that time, he was starting Head Start, and was beginning therapy as well. And I just felt like I was carrying a whole lot. I was transitioning. Things were just changing at a fast pace. And so I started documenting, that journey and taking y'all along with me, just navigating the uncertainties of life. And, looking back now, I can honestly say that last year was inviting me to slow down. And I didn't want to honor it at first because before I went offline, I was sharing that I was getting ready to put out a project for single mothers that I was working on. So I was sharing my journey and I was promoting that. And up until the time it was time for me to launch it, I couldn't go through with it. My body just couldn't go no further. And in that time, I was steady trying to push myself and keep going. But my body was like, you ain't gonna listen. We've been showing you all the signs that you need to slow this thing down. But me being a little hard headed and trying, keep going and, thinking that I have to, keep on moving because if I don't, stuff ain't gonna get done. I just got sat down. I kept getting sick with like little small things like colds, stomach bugs, fever, chills, and all that stuff. And I was just like, okay, I'm tired of being sick. I get it. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna stop. And at that time, my energy was I just felt so depleted. I didn't have too much energy, with navigating all I was navigating because as a single parent, the load tends to be primarily on you most of the time. So while I'm trying to show up as myself as a mother and, build my business, it was a lot for me. And I just needed that time to slow down. It took me a minute to honor it. And I'm still actually learning how to honor the need and space and time for rest. I think sometimes we tend to forget just how important rest can be. And there was a point I did question like what's going on? Like, what's going on with me? I don't feel up to par. My energy is not there. And I just wanted to keep going, but that's what happens when you're operating from survival. You just want to keep going. But my body was just like, Tree. Ooh, we gotta slow down. And so I learned to slow down. I laugh because it's still a challenge for me slowing down, but I'm getting better at it. I've learned to give myself grace as I go day by day. In that time off, I just knew that once I surrendered to it, I realized that it was just my soul was calling me to go inwards. And I just couldn't ignore it anymore. I could no longer ignore it because my body was just screaming at me at that point. And once you get that inner call, once I got that inner call, I obeyed it. And, so much has transpired behind the scenes that, I began to share over time. I did quite a bit of traveling in that, time of going inward. And till this day, I'm going through another transition. Why? Because my son just started pre-K. So started pre-K yesterday. He still goes to therapy. Yeah, got into our rhythm and our groove of things. But now I'm going through yet another, transition in life because it's new. I did get a chance to get a break this summer. He wasn't with me for most of the summer, so that gave me more time to rest and recuperate because last year was a lot. I was truly carrying a lot, and by the time Head Start was ending, the end of the school year for Head Start, I was barely holding. I was barely making it. So to get that time to myself this summer to rest was everything for me. And so now we're in preschool now. He's already transitioning into that. He did pretty good on his first day. And so now I'm having to get back into a new rhythm. Still has therapy going. There's more therapy that he needs, but hey, I'm only one person. We're gonna figure this thing out as we go. But I just realized, like, in this time, with this new transition that I've been grieving. And, looking back last year when I went offline as well, I was also grieving. Like when I started sharing the different transitions with him and navigating uncertainty, I find myself going through that cycle of grief now. And in life, you're going to always go through grief. It doesn't always have to do with grieving someone leaving this earth or anything like that. Sometimes we just grieve old versions of ourselves, old ways of being, our past lives and things like that. And so I thought that in this time, I'd have all of my energy back. I'd be ready to go, share more, finish some unfinished things. But life has still been like, no, not yet, you know, pace yourself. And so that's where I've been at with it. And I'll be honest, some days, not all, have been heavy for me, feeling emotional, feeling all over the place and, doing a lot of reflecting. And, reflecting is a big part of my journey. I reflect just about every day in this time. I've been allowing myself to, grieve my old ways of being, my old self, old versions of myself, and just holding myself differently. Because sometimes we put high expectations on ourselves. We want to go out there, we want to be successful in whatever way that is for us. And sometimes we bypass the things that arise in us, like the emotions, the thoughts, what our body is trying to say to us. We want to bypass those things because you know what? Life still continues. And that's true. But in this time, I'm finding that I'm learning to hold space for my humanness, for my humanity, not just simply bypassing the emotions and things that rise up. Because when grief is present, grief can be heavy. I mean, it doesn't mean that I allow my grief to consume me, but I don't, just try to push myself to be back in a better state. It's truly a call for me to hold myself more honestly and tenderly, to be more soft and gentle with myself. And I can honestly say, in the time that I've been offline, I've been learning how to be more gentle with myself, more kind with myself, more tender with myself. And being honest with knowing that, yes, while I do a lot of things on my own, I know how to hold myself. It's okay to say that I also desire to be held and supported in those same ways. Not that I'm looking to be saved or rescued or anything, but this time has really allowed me to just take an honest look at myself. And yeah, yesterday I could say it was really heavy for me, but I made it. I made it through. I held myself. I allowed whatever emotion that needed to come through to come through. Any thoughts that came up, I allowed them. I allowed myself the space to just get quiet, to nurture myself, to nourish myself, to hold myself, to hug myself. Boy, it took some work. It took some work to get here. And it doesn't mean that every day is perfect, but that's life in general. I also learned that when you do allow yourself to slow down, you get to move at a newer pace. You get to move with pace, not haste. Because sometimes we move so fast wanting to get things done that we may miss important steps, just trying to get somewhere, going nowhere fast. And slowing down doesn't mean that you stop or that you won't get there. It just means you allow things to unfold without trying to force things. Because one thing about it, life does not stop. It keeps going. And just because I've slowed down, I've allowed myself to, integrate rest and choose a different pace, that doesn't mean that things outside of my life haven't picked up, because they have. But now that I've allowed myself to slow down, I'm learning how to meet myself. I'm learning how to meet those things. Like with this transition now with my son and going through new school, new campus, bigger campus, navigating that, having to do IEP meetings since he is special needs and, different things, all while grieving. I get to meet myself differently in it. That doesn't mean I don't feel the grief. What happens outside of my life is not slowing down. Those things still have to get done. But it's how I go about those things now. I don't try to rush myself. If certain things don't get done, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I don't feel guilty about it. I get to it when I can. I don't try to figure everything out all at once anymore. I allow things to unfold in the way that they should. And, that's just where I'm at with things. Times are still uncertain. Yes, life still requires, a level of responsibility for me. But I'm meeting myself differently in it now. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. And even though I'm navigating uncertain times, as we all are, I can say that one thing that I am certain about is that I know that I am the one person that I am going to spend the rest of my life with. And so each day I get to choose how I want to show up for myself, how I want to participate, how I want to treat myself. And so, yeah, that's the thing that I've been holding on to and cultivating lately. So we'll get into more things as, the time goes. So, yeah, that's just that little bit. I just wanted to give a little update. I didn't want to go too far because y'all know I can go deep with it. But I'll put a pause in this right now because I do have to prepare to go pick up my son early from school because he has a doctor's appointment. So that's what I'm going to do. And also, I wanted to share an unboxing with you all. My sister-in-law from Texas, she sent me a gift in the mail. And so I say, why not, share that with y'all? Because one thing about it, I notice like the small things in life when we may be going through things. Like life has its way of, gifting you, even through uncertainty, even through the storms and things that we go through. So, yes, once I go pick up that gift, I will be unboxing it and sharing it with you. So, I'll see y'all soon. Stop being on that wall. Stop. Don't beat on me either. Let's stop. Okay, so the appointment with my son lasted way longer than I expected. But it's evening time. We done made it back. And I got the packages. So I'm opening these things up because I think it's about to storm. I'm tired, but I ain't too tired for these gifts. Okay, it's 2 of them. I thought, we were going to come in a box, but that don't matter. We're going to open up this first one. A gift for you. Enjoy your gift. Love you. I'm so sorry it took me so long. I hope you enjoy it. You let me know you're receiving. Only. Okay. Let's see. Let's open it up and see what it is. It's a mirror. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Y'all already know how I am about mirrors. I'm always talking about mirror healing. So the fact that she sent me, hold on, I gotta open it up. My fingers are a little sweaty. Nene, you always give thoughtful gifts. I already knew you was gonna put it ain't take much thought, but yeah. I'm at a loss for words for this one. This one truly means a lot to me. Okay, let me open up the next one. Let's sit there right there. Okay. Okay. A little sticky. Okay. That's the sun and that's the moon. And it comes with these little stickers that I can attach to it. Okay. So I got something fun and creative that's really me. Look, she really know me. So I got a tattoo of a moon that it symbolizes something. So Nene, you know what to get. You speak my language. Thank you for my gift. I just want to say thank you. You've been giving me stuff for as long as you've been with my brother. And for as long as you've been knowing me. Like, you just always saw me. I can honestly say you were one of those people that have always seen me, that really took the time to get to know me, to understand me, to see me. And now I'm grown and it ain't no different. So thank you, Nene. Okay, I'm going to end it here because I am tired and I need to get some rest. So if you made it this far, drop a heart in the comment. Don't forget to like, and subscribe. Let me know that you're here with me and you seen this video. And till next time, y'all stay tuned.